Okay, look at your charger cable right now. Not the plug, not the end that goes into your phone, the cable itself. You see that little cylinder, that small bump near one end of the wire. It looks like someone accidentally left a bead on the cord. Like a tiny lump that has no business being there. You've seen it 100 times. Maybe you've even grabbed it, squeezed it, wondered about it, and then just moved on. Do not cut it off, do not remove it, and definitely don't ignore it. Because that little bump is doing something for your device right now. And once I explain what it actually is, you're going to look at every cable you plug into your devices completely differently. That cylinder is called a ferrite bead, or a ferrite choke, and it is not decoration. It is not a manufacturing mistake. It was placed there on purpose by engineers who were solving a problem most people don't even know exists. Here's the problem. Every electronic device, your laptop, your phone, your router, produces something called electromagnetic interference, invisible waves of energy that leak out through cables like noise leaking through a thin wall. Now imagine all your devices doing this at the same time, in the same room. That invisible noise starts interfering with signals. Your Wi-Fi slows down, your audio crackles, your device charges slower, your data transfers get corrupted. That small cylinder on your cable is a filter. It absorbs that electromagnetic noise before it travels down the wire. It traps the interference and converts it into a negligible amount of heat, far too small to feel or cause any damage, gone before it ever becomes a problem. One small lump, doing its job each time you plug in. But here's what I didn't expect when I dug deeper into this. And honestly, this is the part that surprised me most. You know those super cheap charger cables, the ones you grab in a pack of 3 for a couple of dollars. Look at them. Really look. Most of them don't have the cylinder. No ferrite bead, no filter, just a bare wire running from one end to the other. And that's not just a minor difference. It has real consequences. Without the ferrite bead, electromagnetic interference travels freely through the cable. Your device is exposed to signal noise every time it charges, degrading charging efficiency and corrupting data transfers over time. And, separately, poorly made cables with thin, low-quality wiring can overheat. A risk that has nothing to do with the ferrite bead, but everything to do with what's actually inside the cable. That's why electronics manufacturers, the people who build the actual devices you're charging, include ferrite beads on their official cables. It's not branding. It's not to make the cable look premium. It's because they know exactly what happens to your device without it. That cheap cable that seemed like a smart buy. It saved the manufacturer a few cents by skipping the one component that was quietly looking out for your phone. Here's what gets me about the ferrite bead. It costs almost nothing to manufacture. It's smaller than your fingertip. It makes no sound, produces no light, asks for zero attention. And yet, it is doing its job every single day, on millions of cables, in millions of homes, completely invisible to the people it's protecting. Nobody teaches you this. It's not in the product manual. The box doesn't say includes electromagnetic protection. You just plug in, and it works, silently, because someone, somewhere, decided to include something you would never notice and never think to appreciate. And that made me think, how many things in your life are working exactly like this right now? Doing something essential, protecting you from a problem you don't even know exists, getting zero credit for it. So here's what I want to know from you. Did you already know what that cylinder was? Or did this video just change the way you see your own charger? Drop it in the comments, honestly, because I read every single one. And the number of people who've been living with a question, this close to them, this long, without an answer, it never stops surprising me.